Happy Thursday, everybody. Pastor Steve here. Thank you so much for joining me for today's devotion on the video or podcast. Appreciate you being with me. In our Bible reading plan, we are in Proverbs Chapter 20. Proverbs Chapter 20. So go ahead and open your Bible there if you haven't already. And when I was reading this chapter and summarizing what stood out to me, what God used to kind of speak into my mind and heart, there were two subject matters, two topics. One was planning, and the other is integrity. First, planning. Look at verse 5 with me. He says, "A plan in the heart of a man is like deep water, but a man of understanding draws it out." It's important for us to have plans, dreams, aspirations, goals, and even have an idea of how we're going to make those come to fruition. He says having dreams and plans and goals, it's like deep water. It's like, we have a well at our house and it's good water, no chlorine, anything like that, just good water, that deep water in the ground. He said that's what having dreams and plans are like. But you've got to draw it out. That's why he says in verse 5, a man of understanding draws it out. I mean, water under the ground is useless if I don't get it out so I can drink it and use it. Having all kinds of dreams in your mind and in your heart, goals, ideas, plans, great, unless you just leave it in the ground. Leave it in your heart. You have to get it out, because until you get it out, nothing happens. You have to execute. Execution is just as important as the dream or the plan. In fact, a dream or a plan without execution is absolutely useless in the long run. And what he says here is that a man of understanding or insight draws it out. You have to have practical wisdom that says, all right, if this is my dream, this is my goal, this is what God's put in my heart to do, then you have to have the practical insight to say, now here are the steps necessary to pull that out, to lift that out and execute it, bring it to pass. And unfortunately, there are a lot of people who have all these ideas and I want to and I'm going to, but they never do. They never drill the well and get the water out. They never execute. They never come up with a plan of accomplishing anything. And it's a frustrating way to live, and it's sad when you see people do that. Now, one thing that can help is letting others help you. Look at verse 18, if you will. And in verse 18, he says, "Prepare plans by consultation and make war by wise counsel." Don't do it all by yourself. Let other people give you input. Learn from the experience of others. Get insights from them. Get practical how-tos from others. You don't have to be the creator of every idea or every way to execute. Learn from others. Don't do it by yourself. And that means, just like we have to be intentional and gaining wisdom, we have to be intentional when it comes to getting input and help from others so that we can develop a plan for executing the plans, the dreams, the goals that God has put in our heart and in our mind. So that's a word about planning. A plan without execution isn't worth the paper it's written on. So how are you going to execute? The second subject matter is integrity. Integrity. And so look with me in chapter 20 at verse 7, if you will, please. Verse 7. He says, "A righteous man who walks in his integrity, how blessed are his sons after him." And in my journal, I wrote, wow. I love that image, that a righteous man who walks in his integrity is a blessing to his children, because you save them the embarrassment, the pain, the hurt, the trauma, the humiliation of being a dad or even a mom who makes stupid decisions, who doesn't have integrity. I mean, when you throw away your integrity as an adult and it creates problems, it's not just problems for you, it's also problems for your family, for your kids. And it's a legacy they have to live with and sometimes overcome. It's a stigma that they're not responsible for, but you dumped it on them because you lacked integrity. And so God says, a righteous man, you walk with integrity, and you're going to bless your children if you do that. I think all of us, when we die, should want our memory to be a blessing to our kids. When they think about us, think of us as a blessing and as a gift. And even your grandkids. And the way to do that is to walk with integrity, to be a righteous man. And stop trying to do everything by yourself and let some other people help you. Make some good plans and let other people help you figure out how to execute that plan. You got a dream? Then let others help you shape it and carry it out. And whatever you do as you're fulfilling these dreams, do it with integrity. Do it with integrity, and then your kids will have something to be proud of, not ashamed of. Hey, God bless you. I'll be with you tomorrow.